Also, President Trump continuing his West Coast trip today. This is gas prices this morning hovering well above $4 per gallon nationally as Americans continue to feel the crunch at the pump. Consumer sentiment remains low as inflation remains above Federal Reserve's 2% threshold, thanks in part to rising food, housing, and energy costs. Joining me now, I've got Frances Newton. She's an economic strategist and CIO of Tuttle Wealth Partners. Frances, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So the president, we're following this two-day trip of his. He's going around the country touting a healthy economy, no tax on tips today in Vegas, of course, saying affordability is a made-up word by the Democrats. Do you think his message is resonating with your average, everyday American?
I think the no tax on tips is obviously huge in Vegas, and that's strategic because a lot of that economy runs on tips. Affordability being a made-up word by the Democrats. No, because, we have a K-shaped economy. The lower echelon of the economy does worse in both inflationary, and we haven't seen it in a while, deflationary times, while the upper portion of the K owns assets and wins in all of those economic seasons. You have statistically over 60% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck. And so, when interest rates go up, their credit card interest rates go up, their debt payments go up, all of the inflation from COVID, the rate of inflation has slowed, but we have not had deflation. So all of the price increases from COVID have been kind of baked into the cake, and Americans are definitely feeling the pressure.
Yeah, and Frances, there's this new poll out, a new Pew poll that finds 60% of Americans say his policies have had a negative impact on the economy. I mean, you're a strategist. Is there any way for him and the GOP to turn that sentiment around in the, 12 weeks before the midterms?
Right. Well, the thing is so it's interesting because what's happened is all of his trade negotiations were all about changing kind of the spending model around GDP and lessening the government spending. And of course, you had the DOGE effort early on and increasing the revenue for the government to keep GDP high with the trade negotiations. I would say that is a very large chessboard move. And that's been sort of put off by this problem in Iran, where this conflict never ceases, despite, lots of reassuring that it's going to cease. So that's going to be a little bit hard to sell. The economy is doing amazingly well, but in the last 3 quarters, over 90% of GDP was attributed to the AI CapEx spend. What I will say is going well in the economy is there's plenty of liquidity in the system, and that's going to keep our stock markets high, as we saw a new all-time high, and that's going to keep credit available for people on that lower half of the K. But that's the problem, is they're increasingly dependent upon credit. So it's a tough sell, but a lot of these problems came out of the fiscal spending from COVID, which wasn't entirely President Trump. And so for him to, say none of the bad and all of the good is me, it's not all him either way around. So that's kind of a tough sell.
Yeah, and the administration loves to tout gains in the stock market, but most Americans don't own stock. You think that's a mistake to focus on macro stats? And does that turn off the average American?
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a mistake. Again, that's so attributable to the record amount of liquidity in the system, because the stock market is really a liquidity meter. And certainly the administration is doing some things right. And what he is actually doing with trying to handle GDP solves maybe a future problem where we cannot keep up with the debt in this country. So I don't think what he's doing is destructive. I just think it's taking a lot longer than he planned. And what he's trying to do is such a huge overhaul, it's impossible to see how that's going to turn out just yet.
Yeah. Frances, one more question before I let you go. The Federal Reserve, making news, as it always does, deciding to leave interest rates unchanged. It was a divided Fed that decided to do that. What do you make of Kevin Warsh so far and his efforts to contain inflation?
It's too early. Monetary policy has long and variable lags, so it's too early to tell what his decisions are going to do. That's going to come a couple of quarters from now. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat all of a sudden.
Oh, it's all good.
But what happens is he's talking tough on inflation, but then he didn't hike rates. The issue that he is bumping up against is the fiscal situation, because raising interest rates raises the service on the federal debt, and that's already over $1 trillion, and that puts even more pressure into the system. So he's having to compensate for what's happened in the fiscal situation, which is accumulation of all the administration's spending. And so that's why it's very hard for him to raise rates. It remains to be seen because there are so many lagging indicators, but I think the fact that he's communicating a little less made the markets very nervous, and the bond vigilantes came out and said, no, thank you.
Yeah, less forward guidance than we've seen before, that's for sure. Frances Newton, thank you to you and your frog this morning. Appreciate you regardless, as always. Have a wonderful Wednesday. See you again next time. Okay.